Hi guys, today I thought we should talk about emotional mastery. Now, how you manage your emotions and how we as human beings are and what is the makeup of us. A lot of our successful people and experts in this field actually talk about various things and various strategies that you can actually use to manage your emotions. I mean, even Warren Buffett himself talks about how, the most successful people are the ones who can actually master how to manage their emotions. And Robin Banks as well actually talks about, emotional mastery and how we as humans are actually multi-dimensional beings. So we are not just one entity. So if you look at us as an organization, we are made up of the body, the mind, the heart, and the soul. So all of these things have to be in alignment for us to actually work in sync. So if you look at the body, for example, in an organization, that's like the worker, the people, which is the workforce. And the mind is your director. It's actually directing us to the things that we need to do. And the heart is the energy behind everything, with the soul being like the CEO in the organization. So in order for all of these to work together towards a specific mission, they have to work in alignment and they have to work in sync as well. So I just wanted to focus today on the heart part, which is your energy. So how can we actually celebrate our emotions? So I just wanted to share about 4 things that actually Robin Banks talks about as well when he teaches and talks about emotional mastery. Now, the first is that feelings are actually there to guide us. If you have a gut feeling about something, it's essentially because it is a feedback mechanism to tell us and guide us that there is something that is either not right or actually that is right as well. So it's a feedback mechanism to let us know that something is not in alignment. Then we have to actually get to fix that and guide us back into our line. So feelings, think of those feelings as a guide to actually help us. So it's not something that is just weird out there, but take it as something that is a guide to actually bring us back into alignment. Because when we're feeling those feelings, it means something is either not right and we need to put it back. So the second thing I wanted to share is that feel the feeling. Don't become the feeling itself, but actually just feel the feeling. And there is actually a story of a young lady who thought that her boyfriend was cheating on her. So she was all sort of worked up about this, and one day she actually started following him to all the pubs and bars where she thought he would be, and messing around with other women. So one day she actually found him in one of the bars. She found the parked outside and went in there, and it was actually fairly obvious that the guy was cheating. He was messing up with other women. So she got so worked up in anger that she went outside, took her car, smashed into the guy's car, wrecked his car. And not only did she wreck his car, but she wrecked her car as well and got all worked up. So in those moments, she actually lost the plot. So she actually allowed the feeling to become her. So the feeling consumed her and ended up, destroying things and destroying property and getting herself worked up. So in those moments, she allowed herself to become the feeling. So the best way out of pain or feeling is actually to work through it, not become part of it. Because when you actually let the feeling consume you, it just ends up in carnage and damage, and that is not the right way. But you need to allow yourself to get to feel the feeling. There's another story as well about Eckhart Tolle. So for some of you who may know Eckhart Tolle, he talks about the power of now. So it was actually on September 11th, he was due to go on a TV to give an interview. And then, the TV station actually called him and said, sorry, Mr. Eckhart, we'll have to cancel the TV interview. So he said, okay, that is fine, but may I just know why? And the TV station said, oh, haven't you heard? The planes have just smashed into the Twin Towers. And he said, oh, I'm well aware of that, but I couldn't think of a more appropriate time to talk about the power of now. So actually the TV station was quite amazed. So they brought him on the station, talked to him, and they asked him a question, what would you say to the people who are actually feeling grief because of what has happened? Maybe they've lost their loved ones, from the Twin Towers. And he said, they should allow themselves to feel the feeling of the grief and the sadness and not suppress it. They need to express it, let the fears, the tears flow and everything else. Don't suppress the feeling, because that is the best way to actually get that, to get the pain out, is through the pain itself. So don't suppress the feelings, because most of the time we get taught that we have to be strong and not express our feelings, we can't cry and all of those kind of things. But the cause of disease actually is the suppression of feelings. So in order for us to release ourselves out of feelings, we need to express those feelings. So it is all right to be sad, it is all right to cry, it is all right to let those emotions out, but don't get them to actually consume you so that you actually get destroyed yourself. So it is actually good to express the feelings, feel the grief, and understand that this is part of us. We have to live through the pain and not let the emotions actually get the best of us. So that was really good advice for people, that it's not that you have to suppress the feelings, because that can cause disease but actually express the feelings. So the third point I wanted to share as well is about how you actually live at the hub. We should live at the hub of the wheel. Live on the hub of the wheel and not on the edge, because when we're on the edge of feelings, we're actually moving around. So one day we are all happy, everything is going okay, but then I've got these these problems, and today it's not a good day, I'm feeling sick and all of that. But anyway, there are other people who are worse off than me, so actually it's not that bad, I can get by. And then if I go to the shop, I can get some shopping, but I know I don't have the money to actually go and buy the shoes. Oh, this is so depressing and I can't do this and all of that. So you're just going around the wheel, feeling all sorts of take the emotions take you around the wheel. But if you live on the hub, you find that you are feeling all the feelings, you are expressing them, all the feelings, but you're actually not letting them consume you. So you're feeling everything that's around you, but you're in control of what is happening. So that is another way to actually express this feeling. Again, there was one lady actually who practices this emotional mastery, and she was about to go on a TV interview, but she was feeling sad about something that had happened to her. So it was just consuming her, so that she wasn't getting the right concentration to appear on the TV station, and she didn't want to go. So she started actually questioning herself that actually I've got an hour before the TV interview. I can actually express my feelings and get everything out. So in those moments, she started sobbing her heart out and just giving it a good cry, and the tears flowing and thinking about all the sad things that have happened, and just letting herself go and just expressing and crying her heart out to actually bring out those emotions, to leave them behind. And then just 15 minutes before the TV interview, said, oh, actually I have to get ready. She washed herself, put her makeup, and then there she went. And she just talks about how incredible she felt about having expressed those feelings and left them behind. And then she was just glowing and gave the best interview of her life, because she had allowed herself to express those feelings rather than suppress them. And that helped her to live on the hub, and also to make sure that she lived through the pain, but let the feelings be expressed and not suppressed. And that gave her that release that she can then go on and do the things that she wanted to do. So it is absolutely awesome to actually get ourselves to express those feelings and not suppress them, and also live on the hub rather than just get our feelings to actually take us around the wheel as well. So I think that was quite an amazing story, and also a great way for us to look at things as well. So the last thing I wanted to share as well is that most of the time for us as human beings, we are either focusing on two things: either the things that we regret which have happened in the past and we get worried about those, or we get worried about the future and what things are going to happen, how we're going to live, how we're going to survive, and how we're going to maybe be able to afford certain things, and we actually forget to live in the now. Yeah, Eckhart Tolle talks about living in the now, because the ego, we actually get to miss we miss the present ourselves. So it is important to actually live and enjoy the now as well, what's happening now. Because if we get bogged down with the past and then get worried about the future, we miss the now. So we need to be able to practice to be in the stillness and the peace of the now, and enjoy what the now can actually bring and take us through that, without actually getting worried about the past and the future, because we get to miss. And there's a lot of power in the peace and the stillness of now. So I thought those were good actually things to talk about and discuss about, when you talk about, mastering your emotions, and also getting, the energy and the heart and the emotions to function properly and bring ourselves in alignment with the organization of the multi-dimensional beings that we are, of the body, the mind, the heart, and the soul, that we actually need to celebrate our emotions, feel the feelings, let them guide us and bring us back into alignment. Live on the hub and not on the edge, so that we're just taking around. Allow ourselves to feel and express those emotions and not suppress them. And most importantly as well, get to live in the now. Enjoy the stillness and the peace of the now, rather than getting worried about the past and whatever is in the future as well. There is a lot of benefits in actually enjoying and observing ourselves. Practice those stillness and the breathing and the yoga. All that can actually help you to bring everything into perspective. Whenever something is not in alignment, it actually helps you to bring it back into alignment, so that us as multidimensional beings, we can bring ourselves into line and make sure that we are on that way towards fulfilling our life's purpose in that way. So I hope that was a good sort of a topic to discuss, to enable us to bring our emotional mastery and understanding, so that it can guide us to bring us back into alignment. So I hope you go out there, experience, learn, and grow and master your emotions, so that you can help yourself and be in that stillness and the peace of the now. Until next time, cheerio.